Hi friends, now we are learning the briefing about a very sacred place known as Neeragam. That is 79th Divyadesam at Statue of Equality in Muchintal. Once we learned about cause and effect theory. If we find any effect, there might be some cause behind it. That's what we learned earlier. And that cause and effect theory is well exhibited at this sacred place known as Neeragam. How is it exhibited? Let's know. Once Markandeya Maharshi wanted to know who is the creator, organizer and destroyer. For that God said he himself was the creator, organizer and destructor. For that he wanted to show him practically everything. So at the time of destruction, God had absorbed everything and including Markandeya. There he had shown everything to Markandeya within himself, in his stomach. In his stomach, what had he shown? He had shown himself as a small boy lying on a banyan leaf. And nothing was there except he himself. That was God himself, Almighty himself. Then slowly from his navel region, he created entire world as different entities. He had shown him even that too. In that way, he had proved that he was even creator and how he was organizing everything he had shown him. Then when he came out, Markandeya revealed everything because he had shown who was the cause of everything and who was the creator, organizer and destructor. Then he wanted to tell this, he had told this to Akrura. But Akrura also wanted to see. Then God had shown him all these in a brief manner at this sacred place known as Neeragam. See friends, now if we think logically, we see the sun, the moon are found at regular intervals of time. And we have to think there might be some cause behind it. If we take a small example of a puppet show, we enjoy puppet show, but there was somebody behind it, behind the screen, who was moving them. That we had seen, but he is invisibly, he is not known to us. But if we go behind that screen and then we can see who was moving those puppets. In that way, God is invisibly had created the entire world and he was organizing everything. And that is why, that is the result where what we see in this universe, the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxies, everything that we can see. So we have to understand God himself is the cause and these are the effects. We are well aware of the fact that a potter makes the pot. And what is the raw material used for it? That's the mud. And he takes mud and makes different forms with the same mud. Here raw material is different, right? And the potter is different. Whatever he wants to do with his intentions, he can make different things with the same mud. So here cause is different and effect is also different. Raw materials are different and effect is also different. But here, whenever we talk about God, he is the cause and he is only the effect. He doesn't need help from anybody, right? And he absorbs everything within himself and then he brings it out from within himself. In that way, he exhibits everything. So he himself is the cause and he himself is the effect. Friends, this sacred place is known as Neeragam, and here Perumal is called Sri Jagadeshwara Perumal and our mother is called Nilai Mangavalli and she is also called Vasavalli. Tirumangayalvar sang the glory of Lord at this sacred place. When Markandeya Maharshi was explaining everything, that how God had shown him, how he was creator, organizer and destructor, even the one who was listening to him was Akrura, wanted to see him personally. Then God had shown him this mystery in brief man to Akrura. Akrura was very much pleased, had constructed this temple at this sacred place called Neeragam. This idol form of the Lord we can see at this statue of equality in Muchintal. Now let us chant his divine mantra. Om Neeragam Vasaya Nilaimangai Lata Nathaya Jagadishwaraya Namaha. Jai Sriman Narayana.